here in Galveston, Texas. We are at my shop called Hanh on 22nd. Today is a really fun day for us. We'll be doing a flower arrangement class. It's a private party for 5 ladies, and I am going to show them how to make their beautiful flower arrangement from start to finish. And we're treating them with some charcuterie boards, some snacks, and some wine. So come with me. So basically, everybody has one of these containers, right? And I'm going to show you guys how to cut the foam and put them in the container. So I grew these leaves at my home, and I prepped, this is the only thing I prepped for you guys. So these are long green leaves, right? And what we'll do is we're gonna wrap these leaves around the foam, and then we'll put it in the container. Because when you received a flower arrangements in the past, you'll see like a greenery around it, you don't see the foam. Well, this is the trick around it. I love using these leaves because of the different speckles of the orange and browns in them, right? So I have this container here. So a lot of times your foam, you can get them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or whatever. And there's 2 types of foam. There are wet foam, and they are just regular dry foam. Dry foams that you use in regular artificial flowers, right? So these foams, they're a little softer. If you push on it a bit, you can tell that it's for wet foam, right? But they carry both at these craft stores. But when you're working for this purpose, make sure you get it for the wet foam and not the artificial flowers, okay? So then I am going to, what I'll do is I'll cut one just to measure, right? And so this is a good measure right here. And then I'm gonna score it like this to cut it again. Then I get a block like this, right? And it fits in perfectly. But then my husband taught me this trick. My husband is over there by the window. He taught me this trick, and he said, I'm like, how do I do it perfectly with the greeneries around it? Because I always put the greeneries first and then the wet foam. But instead he's like, well, why don't you try this? And I'm like, duh, that's super smart. So then what he did was we take this and then we just wrap it. I'm just gonna make it a little.
That's what I.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it a little smaller.
Yeah, so they don't fit
on the cube, so it will make, yeah. Okay, so here we go. So on these leaves, there's the kind of like the not so pretty side and the pretty side. So make sure we pick the pretty side. So then here we go. I cut. Okay. There we go. Okay, yay. So here we go, right? So then, now you have a pretty 4-side glass. And then we're gonna pour water in them. And this wet foam soaks up a lot of water. So you're gonna just pour it like about here and then let it sit, because it'll soak up the rest. And then your water will probably sit halfway. Okay, any questions so far? All right, let's do it. Now that we have our beautiful outside arrangement done, so the beauty about these wet foams is that it helps your flower stay in its position. Sometimes when you do it in loose water, you put the first one and it flops over until you keep filling the other ones to straighten it up, right? At least in this situation, wherever you stick it in the wet foam, that's where it's gonna stay, and you can have a visual of where you wanna position it. So basically, this is all of the different flowers. I thought, we'd do different colors just to have a fun bouquet. So what we would do is basically, we could do 2 ways. A lot of times people like to use filler flowers to put in first, and then put their main character, which is the main roses, last. So there's no wrong or right way to do it. It's just however you want to do it. I've done it both ways. I've started with roses first and then put in my fillers second, and I've done it the other way, and it looks beautiful either way. So however you want to do it is fine with me, but you kind of have an idea of what you want to do. For example, these fillers. These are really pretty. A lot of times people get so intimidated with the supporting roll flowers is because you have this one stem and then you have all these shoots, right? So what I like to do is I hate to waste flowers, right? You're thinking, oh my God, this is just like too much. So what I would do is I would trim each one of these guys to be my supporting roll. And when I clip it at an angle. And it will give you time to go back and fill them in on your term. And then with flower arrangement, we like to like pick up all of them at the same height. These guys were at different heights. So I cut them off and I'm gonna go back and use them later, right? So then this is a perfect arrangement to use as one solid item. So I cut it at an angle, and then I'm gonna start with fillers first, and then I'm gonna go with roses last for this situation. So right here, I'm going to put it, I'm gonna put it on the side because I wanna put some of my roses in the center, right? And I'm gonna push it all the way down and let that be, because the goal is I'm gonna put fillers on this side too, and then the roses up here, because over here, you don't want to see, the goal is you don't want to see the foam, right? We're going to capture and fill in all of that. And same thing, when you see anything like this, for example, this is another filler roses. This is all from different stems, right? It's all the same height. So you can use this as 1 or 2, but so I like to do 2 and then clip this longer. And the reason why I clip this longer is because I want to make sure it reaches the foam, right? On some pieces, this is going to be my edge. So I'm going to use this for my edge. So I'm going to just layer it, cascade it down, and then my roses will be up here. So the goal is to make a really pretty round ball of flowers to cascade it down. My shortest flowers will be one of these guys, and I may even do this guy to be one of my shortest.
To cut him short and
Yeah. So this guy will be like about this short for me, and I am going to put them all the way. As you can see, I'm gonna put it all the way down.
You know, how do you decide how tall you want your tallest flower to be?
Okay.
What's the
okay. So
I always get that wrong.
So basically, it's very deceiving when you
cut them too short.
Yeah, it's always deceiving when you think you have a small container. You think this is a small arrangement. When this small container can be a huge arrangement because of the length of the stem, right? Okay. So to answer your question, it could be. Okay, so this is your main player, is the rose, right?
Yeah.
And your rose could be. And to eyeball it, you could do it like this. Okay, how this is going to be a large arrangement because I could fill a ton of flowers in that, right? But because I wanted to make it a medium arrangement or a small arrangement, I could do this. My petite ones that I've done for Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, I've done it this short. And it just sits here.
Okay.
And so basically, you could fit just 4 little flowers in here and little fillers, and it's dainty and petite, and it's perfect. And with the same small container, you can leave it to this height, and you can make a medium arrangement or a large arrangement. And I know people would say, hey, when you stick your stem into the wet foam, there's a hole in it. So just try not to stick it one time and that's it, right? But I'm like, you know what? There's water in there too. It's fine. No one's gonna die. If you don't like it in that position, take it out and re-put it back in, and that's fine too. So there's not a wrong way to do it. It's just this is a creative way of expressing with flowers and colors. So I say let's start. You can start with the roses if you like, or with the fillers, however you want. And nothing is really wasted just because you can use every piece of it. You just have to make sure you cut cut them separately. Just cut them and then start using them individually to push them down. another trick with roses. So basically, I would fold them, right? Hold on, I'm gonna start with this guy. And I just literally flip each petal down.
That looks beautiful.
Right.
Look at that.
So all you have to do is just flip
Wow.
each petal down. Right? So it comes from a regular rose to a flip rose. So this is how you do a floral arrangement from the beginning to the end. Yay! Oh my God, y'all, that was so much fun. We had a great time with all the ladies doing the flower arrangements. If you would like to have this done at our shop or at your office or home, please DM us. Also, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, have a great day.